you, Aquarius. The first card that I get, well, the first two, the Star with the Five of Wands. Of course, we like the Star. This is your July 2026 reading, by the way. We like the Star. It's your card. It represents Aquarius. It means that you're in your element, you're being who you should be, you're everything you think you are, and you're in the right place. Okay? So far, so good. Five of Wands, while it isn't a massive block, it's kind of lots of mini blocks. Okay? It's you fighting your way out of some kind of resistance in lots of little pockets. We don't mind this so much because we then get the Knight of Swords coming in. Right. This is a message coming into you. It may be an email. It may be some kind of conversation. I'm just going to write it down because it's really important, and I suggest you do the same. It may come in like Mercury's retrograde this month, so it may come in kind of part way through the month. Because Mercury's retrograde, it won't clear everything up, okay? The Knight of Swords is like swing, it cuts through things. It's very Aquarius. It's probably very welcome, but it's not the answer to all of it, because when Mercury is retrograde, there is no answer to all of it. The answer comes afterwards, and that will be, you know, it's retrograde most of July plus shadow, blah, de blah, de blah, August, okay? By the time you get into mid-August, you are where you need to be, but this information will have helped you. Now, you can't judge whether this information, this conversation is good or bad. It's neither. It's just information. But Aquarius with information is a good and dangerous thing. Okay? If you think you know what it is, tell me in the comments. And also let me know, and I'm doing this for all the signs this month, let me know one secret power of Aquarius. Just one word. I know that you are not gatekeepers, you Aquarians, so spill the tea in the comments. Right. What is this leading to? The Ten of Swords. It's a pretty sparkly Ten of Swords, isn't it? Normally it's just like a man lays down, he has 10 swords in his back and he is very dead. This one's a bit more like, woof! You kind of aced the Star Wars lightsaber tournament, you know? And this is you at the end. Woohoo! Ten of Swords is that you've moved through something, that you have metabolized something, that there's been catharsis, that there's been a solution, that it's become too painful to stay the same, okay? That's very important. I'm going to write that down as well, because I'm channeling, and otherwise it's just like, swing. Tell us about the heart of the matter with this. I'm going to look at love and relationships in the second half of this reading, okay? Seven of Cups. So maybe as you come into this reading, you don't have any idea about this. As in, you know there's something you need to know. You don't know what it is. You can't choose which signal to respond to. You may be getting hunches, as lovely Aquarians do, but at the same time, you don't know which hunches to act on. You don't know whether it's paranoia, whether it's intuition. And also, when you have this, you need to ask yourself a really important question about, you know, a reality check. Are you in the reality of where you need to be? Or are you kind of drifting off into la la land, as Aquarians can do, because you have a really good la la land, because this is too difficult to confront. Okay, tell us more please about what's at the bottom. Oh, gosh, how many swords do you want? I love this. King of Swords for me is Aquarius. What do they say on this one? Master control, think before you strike. Okay, we're now into kind of August territory. We got two sets, well, we've got a pair of eclipses in August, at the mid-August and at the end of August. The information that is given to you, and I do think it's information that's given, I don't think you necessarily ask for it. You may have dropped some hints, you may have wanted to know, but I feel like it's information that is freely given. This information can now be worked up into a move. It's like you're in control now. You have all of the graphs on all of the screens. You can do this. And I think this is a much more comfortable situation than that was. Okay? But actually, when I look at these with the Star, the Knight of Swords, the Ten of Swords, the King of Swords, it's a very Aquarius, powery kind of a reading. And I like it. Some of you, this may be to do with work or a close family or something, where there is some element of disagreement, competition. But you know what? And I'm going to get really crass. Yours is bigger than theirs. My sword is bigger than your sword. Your knowledge is better than theirs. You have a key piece of information that they don't have. And you also went to that place. You decided not to try and circumnavigate whatever the block was, but to actually power through it. And the universe rewards you for that. Okay. Oof. My God. Oof. 4 cards just fell out on their own. 2 majors. Let's talk about the majors. First of all, the devil has decided to pay a visit. This is just asking you, what are you chained to? In this situation, there will be some things that you can't get out of, that you can't change. So let's say this is work. And let's say maybe you have an awful boss, because there are a lot of awful bosses. I'm just giving you a kind of an example. And maybe you really need the job and you can't leave yet, but you might be able to maneuver to a different department or come up with a different solution for your awful boss. So although you are in chains in some way, you've worked with those chains. I don't think, and for some of you, this may be a personal thing. It could be a toxic habit. So that could be anything from eating too many bourbons to, I don't know, whatever your own toxic habits are. Toxic habits are quite private, so I'm not going to go giving a list of toxic habits, probably outing myself in the process. So you're working with this energy. Also, this energy is temptation. And I'm going to look in your love life in a minute, because I'm brave, and I'm going to turn over the leaf that is the Aquarian. I love Aquarian love lives, I have to say. So full of tea. The stories you could tell. I already know. I've done enough private readings about people who went out with you to know you've got a lot of stories to tell. By the way, if this is tooting your horn, do hype the video. Hype is in the comment bit on your phone. You slide to the left. Ding, ding, ding. Speaking of ding, 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 6 of Wands. You will be victorious. There's an element of competition in whatever department this is, and you will prevail. You will be victorious. I'm going to write that down in case I forget it as well. You will be victorious. Okay. Well, I guess we're drifting into the erection section because the Lovers and the 4 of Cups. There you are playing whatever that dance game is. You know, the one that the guy out of Breaking Bad, there's a video of Hal doing that, and he's doing the dance thing, and he's really good. So we have the Lovers. Lovers are in the house. This is also the choice. And we're into, I feel like, you know, one of those, do you remember like the school disco? Now we're going to put on Careless Whisper. Everybody grab your partner by the hand. you go, flashback to my school days. What's all that about? That's the kind of school I went to. Woohoo! Careless whisper. School disco. I have to say as well, because I'm among friends, got my Venus in Aquarius, in case you can't tell. My school, I think we were like 13 or 14 at the time. I know. My school did a 24-hour disco. Who does that? Who does that? Tell me in the comments if your school did that, because I want to know. I didn't go to the most prestigious of schools, I have to say. But by God, can you imagine? Who does that? Right, lovers and the Four of Cups. A choice to be made and some contemplating to be done. Now, I know enough about Aquarius to know you are not really comfortable with contemplating. So it's either you contemplating, it's them contemplating, or you're both contemplating. Contemplating some kind of choice. Now, the choice, or the Lovers card, which is a Gemini card, it doesn't, and especially since we're in Mercury retrograde, and also I think Neptune's retrograde, and also Chiron and something else, maybe Saturn. I mean, it's just that you get, I'm not an astrologer, you just get these times when you can feel like that. That's that kind of retrograde feeling. And it's a really good time for this sort of stuff. Your 10 of Swords, your 7 of Cups, you're getting information actually that you can't immediately act on until Mercury goes the right way, all of that stuff. But in love life as well, it just looks as if there's something to think about. There's something that will require a decision. Again, I can't wait to do your August reading. It will require a decision in August. Oof! Here comes Karma, wearing a cloak with a lightsaber. That's amazing. Just get rid of that. Okay, I'm very pleased to see this. It depends where you are, how it's going to affect you in your love life, okay? But who couldn't do with a good dose of decent karma? Like the scales, like the sword, like the whole, my sword is bigger than yours and I am the sword. I am the sword. You are the sword. Karma is a really weird word, okay, which I never like to nail down, because karma isn't something that you should be able to nail down. And if you are nailing it down, you're probably doing it wrong. So karma's floating around, okay, and it's neither good nor bad. I don't get all this, hey, that was bad karma, this is good karma. Karma's floating around, and when justice comes, there's some clarity for you about love and relationships, and there's some justice, there's some restorative justice. Ooh, about something that you are at your limit with. 10 of Wands, you've already had the 10 of Swords. 2 tens together, which I get a lot in my readings. These two are the ones for breakthrough, catharsis, for this, I've had enough, and it's too painful to stay the same. And if you've been stuck as well in some kind of bind or any kind of stuckness that you felt you couldn't get out of, the universe is like, F that, I'm getting you out, I'm breaking the chains, I'm opening the door, we're out of here, we're free. Tell me more, Heart of the Matter, please. There will be an extended love reading as well. In the extended love reading, I do you and them side by side. I do a deck for you, a deck for them, and then there's like a middle bit, which is like the bridge. Oof! I keep getting notifications coming up on my phone because I forgot to press Do Not Disturb. The heart of the matter is the heart. I know. It's looking a bit shonky. 3 swords pierce the heart. Actually, it says here, truth hurts. Yeah, it does. It does hurt. But the truth is very, very healthy. And Aquarians are very, very resilient. So here when it says truth hurts, 3 of Swords, it's asking you to do a deep examination. And I'm going to go so far as to say it's not really asking. You're going to be doing one. So you might as well lean into it and volunteer, because at the moment it's giving you a heads up. If you ignore it, you'll get a Tower moment. Ooh. 9 of Wands, creating firm boundaries with yourself first, then with others. With that sneaky old beaky old 7 of Swords. Oof. This looks like a DJ, like stealing decks in the middle of the night, doesn't it? Or maybe stealing a gas cooker hob or a camping stove. This is the age I'm at now. At one time I would have been like, yeah, it's a DJ stealing some decks. Now I'm like, yeah, that's someone in B&Q stealing a camping stove. Unauthorized access. Of course, it could be a hacker. I haven't got my reading glasses on. I can't even read what that says. But we all know what the 7 of Swords means. Sneaky, beaky behaviour. Tell us a bit more. I'm going to say you find out something as well with that Knight of Swords, with that 10 of Swords, 7 of Cups. You thought something was true. You felt something might be off, but you couldn't work out the difference. Some of you may be addicted to some part of this relationship, person, whatever. Some of you may be working through a previous relationship. It's Mercury retrograde. It's ding dong ding, your ex isn't dead. Ding dong ding? Okay, you know what I mean. Then we get the Knight of Wands, which I like, because in a love reading, this is something that is, it's quite sexy, and it's moving forward, and it's passionate, and it's having the knowledge and then tearing it up. I like that. Tell us something that we don't know about this, please. We're going to go to town on your extended reading. Oof. Oof! 5 of Swords, Venus in Aquarius, dirty play. Just saying. When you get this, it's mind games. Someone might not be telling you the full truth. Or you might not be telling them the full truth. I'm always open to both sides of the equation here. Because to have a relationship with an Aquarius is an interesting and confusing thing sometimes. You know what you do to people. That's why I have many Aquarius friends. Keep the enemy close. Actually, it's not. It's because they're interesting and spill the tea. But I do like to hear about their love lives because they've always got something to say. Tell me in the comments. Okay. 5 of Swords, there's some kind of, it doesn't have to be like super shady, but if you've got the 3, the 5 and the 7 of Swords, that's 3 odd numbers, 3 swords, something's afoot. Okay, strange things afoot at the Circle K, as Bill and Ted might say. There's something, it's also a 5, which is slightly destabilising. Investigation is not really the answer. Remember, the truth is going to find you. The truth is going to find you. I'm going to write that down. The truth. The truth is going to find you. It's nice, it's a gift, because you don't have to go digging for it. And you know, Aquarius is a lot about dignity. They don't lower themselves to be begging for truth off people. So, speaking of that, 9 of Cups, liking his neon bottle display here as well. The boy has this. The boy has like beer bottles that are neon, they light up. I know. Nine of Cups, Jupiter in Pisces. Keep your eye on the prize, keep your eye on the dream. This is your emotional wish. No matter what's happening, no matter how much information you think you want and all the other things going on around you, stick to this, okay? And then the Eight of Wands. This is, what do they call it? Full speed, accelerate your pace. This is speaking, talking, communicating. It's Mercury in Sagittarius, taking what you learned in the Knight of Swords, and there's a conversation, there's a kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? You get to talk it out, which is something that I think is going to happen when Mercury goes the right way. But also what might happen is it might threaten to happen before Mercury goes the right way, and I would stall that until it does. But that's just me. You do you. That's what I would do. I am going to go and do the extended. We are going to take you and them side by side, and we're going to drill down into this energy, especially the Seven of Swords, the secrecy side of it, the choice side of it, and what's behind that Ten of Swords and Three of Swords, the heart of the matter, okay? The link is below. I love reading for you. Come and have a cup of tea. Namaste.